Hello friends, welcome back to OG Universe. Today we are taking a look at the Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Superman Jon Kent from DC Future State. So this figure did come out a little while ago. It's been on the pegs for a bit. I did find this figure at GameStop here in Canada. It was on clearance. I picked it up for a really good price, and little to be known, I have this figure already, which is okay. I mean, I get to open it up, I want to play around with it and do a review for you. But that's what happens when you have a lot of action figures, and they're kind of displayed in maybe 2 or 3 different spots in my house. So yeah, let's take a look at this figure. Now, this figure does have a bit of some controversy going on with it. The head sculpt. Everyone is really not loving that head sculpt. I really find it interesting that we got a Jonathan head that is not super happy smiling, but it's kind of an angry stoic look. He's got the eyes lit up for heat vision activation, and that hair sculpt is looking dope as well. It's really stylized and nicely sculpted. The S logo, I like that S logo. It's really kind of a connection from the chest, kind of a seamless sculpt that goes into the chest from the upper torso as well. I think it looks great. It's a clean paint job as well. The belt has that bright yellow primary colors. This guy is totally decked out in primary colors, but he looks really good. Even those little booties looks nice. Now the figure does come with this flight stand. I appreciate that flight stand. I like to have my suits flying around in some action poses, so it definitely helps out. In addition, you get the trading card, and you get these 2 open hand kind of gesturing hands along with the fists that are on the figure. So let's take them off of the display stand, and we'll have a little bit of a closer look at Jon Kent. Now, Jon Kent is the son of Superman, Kal-El, Clark Kent, and Lois Lane. So he did get a huge push in the comics. His first original series, really good. I really enjoyed it. Some great storytelling, and of course they introduced him as a bi character. Really great storylines that came out of that. Some great interactions with the family, with Damian. Thought it was handled extremely well. Really happy about that. And he does have a brand new series on the shelves right now. I definitely suggest you pick it up. I've got the first couple of issues, haven't read it yet. In addition, there's another Superboy series, which we'll touch on briefly, but we'll talk about that a little later. That's out on the page, and I suggest you take a look at both of them. But the Superman is really nicely done. Now, I'm sure we're going to get another version of the Superman that's more in the ongoing series that he had, that had the full flowing cape. I'm sure we're going to get that, and we're probably going to get a brand new face sculpt to go along with it, probably a little happier face maybe. But I'll definitely be picking that up. Now, this is the new body buck that they've been using for some of the slimmer, kind of teen, young adult characters, such as Beast Boy, Impulse, and Nightwing from the new Titans line. So this is a really good buck. I think it's great. It's not super overly powerful looking. Like, the musculature is actually really slender and slim, and it's got a really good body proportion to it. I think it looks great. Totally suits this character. And we can talk about some of the articulation. Unfortunately, my figure's head is really limited. It feels like if I put too much pressure, it could snap. I don't know why. I think I need to heat it up and probably loosen around the ball joint a bit. But it does have a bit of articulation there. You got the ball jointed shoulders with the hinge and butterfly joint. And it's really nice how this inner painted circle, which is the butterfly hinge, is painted as well to match the shoulder. Really nice touch. You can see the red and the blue definitions there. He does have a swivel at the bicep. I've heard a lot of people have their figure break. Luckily, mine has no problems. I really don't play around with the swivel of a bicep that much when I'm posing my figures or displaying them, excuse me. But he has it along with all the DC Multiverse figures. And then you also have double jointed elbows and a ball jointed wrist. For ab articulation, it's not too deep, so it doesn't have much, but it has a waist joint as well, ball jointed hips, double jointed knees, ankle pivot plus a ball joint, and the toe articulation, which is super stiff on this guy. Holy crap. But yeah, overall, I really like this character. He looks fantastic. He's represented extremely well in this action figure form. And let's see if we can get him to stand. Well, it might be a little difficult getting him to stand, so let's put him back on his flight stand. And we'll bring in a couple other characters that go along with this. So I did mention the Superboy series that's out, and I do have the figure that represents that. We got Con L. He is really cool. We're gonna do a review on him. We're gonna do some comparisons with this Superboy as well, or Superboy and Superman. And speaking of Superman, here we got the Jim Lee version of Superman from Hush with those heated eyes. I can't wait for the regular release of this figure without the heat vision, without the angry look. I do love the way this figure looks, but I do want that more stoic Superman look with normal eyes to go along with my collection and kind of be my definitive Superman from the comics. So there you go, guys. A look at 3 different figures here. They all look great together. They look fantastic on your shelf. Definitely pick up this Superman Jon Kent figure. Really impressed with the styling. It's kind of a very simple design, but the figure looks great. And if you're reading the comics, you're definitely gonna want this figure. He is fantastic. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more on its way soon.